As screen recorder.
Hello guys, in today's video we are gonna be just viewing TikToks with me because I really don't have any planned, anything planned. So this is gonna be what we're doing for, I don't know, until I'm like, okay, let's stop the recording. I'm gonna try and make it not to be that long, but
Principal.
yeah, let's go.
Gmail. Ventana Pantal. App. TikTok. Voice changer. TikTok. TikTok like.
3 bedrooms. I don't need 3 bedrooms right now, but I earned them. She said I was being selfish. She said Wyatt would do the same for me. He would.
Twinkle, twinkle, little snitch. Mind your own business, you fucking nosy bitch.
What? Okay, I'm just gonna pretend I did not heard anything of that.
Ahora entiendo por...
Promoters and not tool.
Así celebraría la...
Parents kicked me out just because the golden child sister couldn't stand me. But
Okay, now this seems...
Karma hit back. I was 17 when my parents threw me out because my sister Emma couldn't handle having me around. No warning, just my dad handing me garbage bags and 2 hours to pack. Emma was the golden child. Perfect grades, volleyball captain, homecoming queen. I was the kid who liked computers. I wasn't bad at school, pulled mostly B's, never got in trouble, but compared to Emma, I was invisible. My mom tried to force me to cut my hair, so my aunt stepped in and made sure she regretted it. I'm 18, and I've been growing my hair for 3 years. It's past my shoulders now, thick and healthy, and I love it. People at school
Is it gay?
compliment it constantly. I take care of it, wash it, condition it, the whole routine. It makes me feel like myself.
Next.
What do you hear in this...
My mom demand.
What do you hear in this clip? Some kind of...
Looks like this is some kind of experiment, so let's try it out.
My mom.
What do you hear in this clip? Some kind of robot sound. You probably have no idea what that was. But in a few seconds, I'll play a different sound that will change your hearing forever. Because our brains are designed to not perceive reality exactly as it is. Instead, your brain always decides what you hear, constantly filtering and editing your senses without you knowing. So listen to this. A man wearing a yellow shirt dropped his package. Now that you've heard that, I'll replay the first sound again and tell me what you hear. I hear the voice now. It was the exact same sound I played the first time. And the crazy thing is, you can never not hear it anymore. If it worked, share with a friend. What do you hear?
My mom demanded I pay $15,000 for my sister's wedding. When I said no, she stole my credit card and drained my savings. But I couldn't stop laughing. The next day.
I always thought smart speakers were just another harmless gadget, until last night. If you've ever wondered what your devices might know about you, I promise, my story will make you rethink everything.
When did an adult completely fail you as a teenager? When the paramedics asked why a 17-year-old girl's bones looked like crushed chalk on the x-ray scanner, my teammates went nuclear. I'd crashed to the court at basketball regionals like someone cut my strings, my knee bending sideways while I screamed, the paramedic examining me.
¿Sabías que uno de los...
Draw with Michael Jackson, Part 5. Oh, and Bubbles.
Hi, Appleheads. Today I'm going to be drawing, and we have Bubbles with us today. Say hi, Bubbles. He's a little shy. Sorry, guys. Now get out!
My nephew knocked my son unconscious at a family barbecue. While I was learning to draw...
The heck? What is this? Got a little bit.
I was one jump from a new high score in Jetpack Joyride when Mom snatched the iPad out of my hands. Dad towered over me. You've been playing for 8 hours straight. Go touch grass. My friends groaned from the couch as Mom locked the iPad in a drawer and pocketed the key. If I somehow see you on this iPad again, you're grounded until college. But as soon as they walked off, I grinned at my friends because I wasn't done flying yet. I led them to my dad's garage and I strapped 2 leaf blowers to a hiking backpack, taping the whole rig down tight. I will be beating my high score, iPad or no iPad. One of my friends grabbed the straps while I climbed in and hit both triggers. The blowers screamed and knocked me flat on the grass. My friend shouted, "Angle them down, not back." So I aimed the nozzles down and taped a skateboard to my shoes. Every test pushed me higher, a foot up, then level with the porch rail. We had 30 minutes before my parents came back home, and I was determined to beat my Jetpack Joyride high score. I waved everyone goodbye and squeezed both triggers as hard as I could. My feet left the grass. The blowers roared, and I shot up over the roof, high enough to see the whole street. My friends screamed from the lawn, but right as I started counting my jumps through the air, I saw my parents pulling into the driveway. Mom and Dad climbed out and stared up at me. Dad pulled out his phone and my hands locked on the triggers because I thought he was calling the police. But then I saw he was filming, grinning so wide I saw it from the sky. How high can you get this thing? Mom cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted up at me, "Make 2 more." I didn't stay in the air long enough to beat my high score, but every Saturday, me and my parents fly over the rooftops. I beat them every time, and my dad hasn't told me to touch grass since. I was one jump from...
This is everything that just happened on the news today, but I'm going to simplify it for you in 60 seconds. This new mutated strain of the super flu is now spreading around the globe. Okay. Candy.
My vegan roommate got internet famous by calling me a murderer, so I filled our apartment with carnivorous plants. I lived with Margot for 3 years before any of this. 2-bedroom place, never a problem. She went vegan at 16. I ate my burgers. She made her lentil bowls. We respected each other, and it worked. Then Margot started a vegan account, just phone videos, recipes, and grocery hauls. Within 4 months, she had 200,000 followers and a blue check mark, and the whole apartment became her studio. Rebranded online as her cruelty-free sanctuary. Every shell framed for the camera. I didn't care until the day she pointed the camera at me. I came home, sat down with a rotisserie chicken, and didn't notice she was filming. The next morning, that clip had 900,000 views. My face blurred, but barely. Caption: POV, you live with a murderer. 1,000 strangers in the comments calling me a monster. I asked her to take it down. She laughed, said exposing people who fund animal cruelty was her responsibility. And besides, it was her best post all month, so it kept happening. She'd film me eating and post it. Corpse breakfast, the killer's fridge, me reaching for eggs in slow motion with sad violin music. People recognized me at work. A coworker asked if I was the murder roommate. I started eating in my car again, punched over a sandwich in a parking garage at 6 a.m. so there'd be no footage. 3 weeks of that. Finally, I told her, take the videos down or I'm done. She crossed her arms and smiled. Go ahead. My audience would love a moving out arc. That's when she let slip the detail that changed everything. She bragged that a big brand, one of those certified cruelty-free home companies, was sending a rep to inspect the apartment for a paid campaign. $40,000 to feature her 100% cruelty-free sanctuary. The rep would walk through, verify the home harmed no animals, and sign off. That night, I stopped being angry and started reading. Carnivorous plants can't live on sunlight alone. They survive by trapping live animals, insects, spiders, even small frogs, and digesting them alive. They are, by any honest definition, predators that kill animals every single day to stay alive. And the certification she was chasing? I pulled up the brand's own standards. No living elements within the home that require animal harm to sustain. Carnivorous plants were a disqualifier. Animal killing machines, legal, and technically plants. My vegan roommate got internet famous by calling...
I need part 2. I need part 2.
LF. Buy 0. 1 mil. 1. 900. 700. 1. 1. 7. 900. 1. 1 mil. 1. 5. 1. 8 mil. BLF. 11. B. 11. 8 mil. TikTok like.
Next day, while Margot was at a shoot, I drove to an exotic nursery and asked for the most dramatic carnivorous plants they had. Venus flytraps, pitcher plants, sundews, nepenthes the size of a forearm. $400. Then I placed them. Not hidden, not in my room. In every spot she filmed. The kitchen shelf behind her recipe setup. The windowsill in her morning light. The corner she used for sign-off shots. Everywhere her camera went, a predator went with it. Margot came home, froze, turned slowly. What are those? Plants, I said. You love plants. They eat animals, so you've heard of them. Still plants. Cruelty-free, right? Vegan by definition. She couldn't touch them. Mine, in shared space. Breaking no rule. And she couldn't remove them on camera without explaining to 200,000 vegans why she was scared of houseplants. So she filmed around them. For a while, it almost worked. Then the audit came. The rep walked the apartment slowly, Margot trailing behind, narrating her compassionate space. They reached the kitchen. The rep stopped at the windowsill, leaned in, and watched a Venus flytrap close around a live housefly. She wrote something down. Then she found the pitcher plants drowning gnats by the dozen, and the sundews glued with twitching insects. These are carnivorous, the rep said. They require live prey. Direct disqualifier. I can't sign this. Margot babbled that they weren't hers, that her roommate did it. The rep shrugged. They're in the home you're presenting as cruelty-free, on camera. The $40,000 deal was gone before dinner. It got worse. Margot, panicking, posted a video explaining the misunderstanding. Bad idea. Someone paused on a background shelf, screenshotted a flytrap mid-meal, and it blew up. Vegan influencer's cruelty-free home is full of murder plants. Her own audience turned. The comments she used to aim at me were pointed at her now, by the thousand. She moved out 2 weeks later, told her followers she needed a fresh, intentional space. Left me the apartment and most of the month's rent. I kept every plant. The biggest pitcher plant, the one front and center in the video that ended her, sits on the windowsill now, fat and thriving, eating better than ever. I named it after her old sponsor. Next day, while Margot was at a shoot, I drove to an exotic nursery, calling me a murderer.
¿Sabías que cuando...
I'm gonna get unbanned from Hinge.
Let's watch Coco Melon, guys. Yeah.
The cop pulled me over and said, "You know why I stopped you?" I said, "No, but my dash cam does." I was driving home from my brother's.
My dad didn't even let my name finish.
My 6-year-old came back from a birthday party with...
Please don't take her away!
Cuando mi mamá publica en Facebook.
I clicked the Find My AirPods button and heard the beep coming from inside my cat. I threw open the drawer where
On my son's birthday, I spent 5,000.
My brother blocked the entrance to my own luxury hotel, laughing that my dad ambushed me.
Spend the morning with little.
Oye, Lalito, ¿y cómo te sientes?
The CEO told us to stop whining about the broken AC. I called the health inspector for a random check.
Chats con clientes tóxicos.
I think I'm starting to understand my hallucinations. I'm schizophrenic, let's talk about it. When I first started experiencing it when I was young, I was just terrified. Now, 10 plus years later, it doesn't really scare me anymore. I'm more so trying to understand where it comes from. I know it's just schizophrenia, but I'm trying to understand where it comes from on a subconscious level. And Nina, the one who essayed me, I believe comes from my bad relationship with my mother, because she sounds exactly like my mother and talks like her. Todd, I believe, comes from the serious side of my subconscious. He's always warning me about things, trying to protect me, even if he seems really intense. Basically, it's like he comes from the paranoia in my brain, worried about my heart stopping, worried about going to the World Cup, worried about being in certain situations, etc. Basically, he's the threat detection in schizophrenia, the hypervigilance, the hyper-awareness, and he manifests himself as a 4-meter tall shadow figure, because who wouldn't be terrified of that? While Nina represents herself as the lack of a motherly figure. Basically how I crave love, which is why she got mad and said no I didn't when I called her out for sexually assaulting me. Kind of like my subconscious thinks that I wanted it to happen. I know it's really fucked up, but I'm starting to understand it somewhat. I think I'm starting to...
I think that's it, guys. We'll continue with this maybe later. Bye. I'm just gonna activate my screen recording.
Recientes. Apps Recientes. TikTok Lite. As screen recorder. Learn. Get. G. 5 hours 35 minutes. IV 3 IV 4 IV 3 IV edit. The IV edit. IV 7 the IV 3 IV 4 the 18 set utility screen video up video open drawer learn more get GG ad record